Team, welcome back. Hello. I hope you had an absolutely glorious Christmas. I certainly did. And you've got your 2022 prep. If not, there's still time. There's a few days to do that. It's all good. Today, we are going to be joined by the legend, the change maker, that is Cordell Jeffers. I'm so excited to be speaking to this legend. He's made such headway in schools. He has been interviewed by ITV. He has received a medal off the Prince of Wales. It's amazing. I'm so excited. Soph's on board. Paige, hey Paige, you good? Soph, how are you? Cordell, oh my gosh, we've got two legends. Cordell and True have joined, but True, I'm really sorry, dude. I've only got permission to speak to Cordell. I can't drag you up. I'd love to. I genuinely would love to. Hey Paige. Right, how do we do this? Let me get Cordell. There we go. Go live with Cordell. I'm excited. Come on, baby. Where is he? Ben, hey dude, how are you? Cordell, yes, my man.
Hey,
How's it going, dude?
can you wait? Am I in?
Mate, you're there.
Okay.
That powerful face is there.
Wicked. Listen, I don't do these much. Honestly, I don't do much Instagram live, so this is a little bit out of my comfort zone. But I'm ready for 2022. So you're kicking me off on the right track. So thank you.
Yes, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to stretch the legends. By the way, True is in the background as well. Cordell, I want to get True on board too. I want to speak to him on one of these too.
Definitely, listen. Choose the legend, man. The legend. Choose. So
Yeah.
definitely get him on here. It will be amazing.
I've heard he's a bit of a hero, and I can see he's a bit of a hero as well. So True, you're next, bro. Whether you like it, if Cordell was stretching,
That's it. How you doing? I got some people there. How you doing? The Alloway twins and Nikilia who just joined. Big up those guys as well.
Cordell, do you know the LOA twins? Those guys?
Yeah, of course. I know Candice, one of the amazing twins as well.
Candice and Tesh, love them.
Yeah, wicked. See, small world for real.
Mate, it's a small, powerful world. That's what we're in. This is what I'm trying to do, bro. I'm trying to get as many people as I possibly can to get in the world of personal development. And I couldn't think of like more better people, local people such as yourself, and people like True and the LOO twins. Seriously, I've interviewed them already. It's exciting. It's exciting times. Oh, Puzz, I need to get Puzz on the go. Good. We've lost Cordell. Cordell was shot off somewhere. But today, guys, what's going to happen is hopefully he can swing back in. We will see. This is the thing with these things. You never really know what's going to happen, especially with the Wi-Fi. So we've got, it's just me. Cordell left. But it's okay, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce the main legend right now. Cordell is an absolute change maker of the industry of personal development. He goes into schools, he supports students, he motivates students, he inspires students. He's got a company called, or a project, should I say, called the Quantum Leap. And he's received an award of the Prince of Wales. He's spoken on ITV. He's doing such wonderful things, and this is why I wanted to show him off to my audience. And thankfully, he is back in the house.
Honestly, technology, man, and polarity. It's good and bad, isn't it? But I don't know what happened there. Literally, my screen just closed. I'm just gonna keep.
Bro, that's cool. That's cool. I've literally just introduced you, and I hope it was right.
Thank you.
Hey, all I've just said is I've said that Cordell, he goes into schools, he inspires, he motivates kids, he helps them see different perspectives in life. He's received a medal off the Prince of Wales. He's been interviewed on ITV. Soon, am I allowed to say that you're going to be speaking on a certain stage?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Yes, you're speaking on the TEDx stage New Year.
Yeah,
he's picking up those goals.
Yeah, man, it's been amazing. 2021 for me has been an amazing year. But it's been a lot of ups and downs. I've had a lot of losses, gone through probably one of the hardest years of my life, but also one of the most rewarding. So it's really been, it's been massive on perspective. I'm still going through certain things in terms of mental health, just losing my mom. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, but also being able to find the gain in the loss that I just had as well. So it's been a really difficult year, but I'm embracing both sides, and yeah, it's just helping me grow. And I just want to keep sharing, keep inspiring, and keep helping other people get through things as well. So definitely.
dude, this is exactly the reason why I wanted to show you off to my audience, so people don't even know you yet, because I saw your post about your mom, and it broke my heart. Even though I've never met you, but I just saw everything in your eyes. I saw the world in your eyes, and I just thought, if that happen, when that happens to me, I'm going to be a mess. I know. Mess. And you've got that, but like you've just said just there, this is quintessentially important. You said you've got that balance. You've had such an amazing year, dude. You've been on TV. You're going to be speaking on. You've been secured for a TEDx. You're impacting so many people you don't even know that you're impacting in this world. And then you go through that, what you went through. It's life sometimes is so wonderful, but sometimes it sucks so much. But that's balance.
100%, and that's balance. Like I said, start of the year was great. I kicked it off with winning the award from Prince Charles as the change maker of the year, being an ambassador for the Prince's Trust. I also got interviewed by Lionel Richie in 2021, which was crazy, a global superstar. I also received a handwritten letter from the legend Sir Richard Branson. Just mind-blowing stuff has happened. Don't get me wrong, these are all things that I've visualized. The Alloway twins are in here, so they know as much as anyone about visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool, and attracting things into your life can happen, and that's what I was able to do. But I didn't expect to also have a loss, in losing my mom, who, visited me on holiday, and, potentially losing her on a holiday. It's just one of the hardest things. It was completely tragic because it was just so sudden. But at the same time, all the personal development work that I have done in the past has definitely been some sort of help to me, especially understanding the law of polarity, which means everything has two sides. And when you can embrace both sides of a situation, it helps put you at balance and at a bit more ease than normal. And it's just understanding hardship doesn't come without its tools for transformation and growth. Do you know what I mean? There's no bad without good, and there's no good without bad. You can't love without hate, and you can't be hated without being loved as well. So when you understand polarity and understand two sides of every scenario, it just puts you into a balance, and your mind and your spirit into a balance. Do you get what I mean? And even though I lost my mom, I know she's here spiritually. She's guiding me. She was in the Caribbean for a while, so she missed out on quite a lot, but now she's got a VIP seat in everything that we do. Literally, I put the TEDx stage on my vision board. It's right in front of me. About 3 weeks ago, and I meditated and I prayed on it. 2 weeks later, I get an inbox from a local TEDx saying, listen, we've just had a speaker drop out. We would love to have you on board. And I bypassed the whole application process. So, do you know what I mean? It's real, man. There's no loss without its gain, and that's what I've had to do. I don't have to explain the feelings that I would have felt losing my mom. Surely everyone would understand, or try to feel like they could understand that. But it's also understanding the gain of the loss as well. And I had to put that into perspective. I now can share the values, or I've got more purpose to share the values that she left in me. And I want to continue that legacy. So I'm waking up with a stronger why than I did before.
It's amazing, dude. There's no hesitation in your voice. It just shows how passionate you are, what you've achieved, and the polarity that you understand in life. And there's a lot of people on this world, and that's okay, that would see that as a massive setback and stop them from progressing, and they see that as not enough traction. But you like you say, you saw it as some like motivation, and she's there with you the whole time. Yeah. She's front row seat. They're going to be literally sitting on the front row on the TEDx talk with you. And that's you're just using that as inspiration and motivation. And I know that you go into schools. I know you speak to a lot of kids. I caught something that you said. I saw a few posts that you posted, and I think, and I look at it, and yes, what kids need. Because I was a teacher for 12 years. I don't know if you knew that. I was a teacher, so I've been on both sides of the teacher's desk. And by the end of my career, I was teaching the kids the wrong stuff by educational standards. I was teaching them motivation, confidence mindset, growth mindset, like resilience. You have to take the upside down, balance, like you said, polarity. So I hear exactly what you're saying. Do you think that these days, after all the school kids you had the impact on, do you think that there is a space in the education system for elements of personal development which may help them go through these tragic times or growth times?
I think 100%, and you know, credit to yourself being able to go into schools as well and develop confidence and you know the growth mindset in young people, because we are not prepared in our adult life, you know, for things that we go through, and it can be easily prevented. Understanding, like you know, putting personal development into the curriculum, putting you know growth mindset, resilience, mental health. If all of these were in the school system and we was adopting these, you know, techniques and strategies from early life, you know, it would be a lot easier to deal with when we come into our adult life, because you know it is a sense of programming ideally, and I think that I do believe they're doing a lot more now. The schools are doing a lot more now than before, because you know they bring people like myself in, yourself as well, which they wasn't doing before. When I was, you know, in school, I never had anyone come in to talk about entrepreneurship, personal development, how to develop a growth mindset, resilience, nothing like that. So they're doing more now, but they need to make it staple. Just like you got maths, science, and English, it needs to be personal development, mental health, relationships, how to communicate, because we don't learn these key essential skills in order to navigate through life. So I definitely think it's important.
I think you did right, mate. And relationships as well. I say that every kid on this planet gets the relationship lesson every single day of their life, but it's that one lesson repeated from their mum and dad. And if it's imbalanced, if it's narcissistic, if it's codependent, essentially the brain sticks to what it's familiar to, right? So that's what they're going to look for later on in their life. So, dude, I absolutely hear exactly what you're saying about the education system. Yeah, it's making changes, wicked. Unfortunately, I don't think that the policies, the white letter policies in Parliament, metric for personal development. They do for maths. You know, 1 + 1, Pythagoras. They can measure that. They can't measure personal development. But I don't really think.
That's the problem. I remember when I got invited down to 10 Downing Street, and when I went to 10 Downing Street, it was like an event, and I met at the time, it was a few years back now, but it was the education secretary who deals with you know the education for the whole country. And you know, at that time I was quite like, listen, like you lot don't know what you're doing clearly. Do you know what I mean? I was having this debate with the guy, and I said, what are you going to do to help kids grow more with their personal development? And he literally, generally, honestly turned around and told me, we're going to add more cooking lessons into the curriculum, because that's more life skills. Now, don't get me wrong, cooking is a life skill, but it completely, like when he told me that, I thought, okay, you know what, like we don't have a chance here, and that's why it might be important for people like myself, you, and other people to actually, you know, make a stance, because it's not going to work from the authorities.
No, mate, dead right. Cooking is pretty cool. It's very impressive when you know, for a partner and stuff. It's very impressive. I mean, I make a mean salmon parcel with pesto. Same, dude. Seriously, but what I need more than that is a bit of this.
Nah, definitely. I'll tell you one thing though, right? Like, when I got kicked out of school when I was around 14. It was about in year 9. So I got kicked out of school and left with no qualifications. Back then, don't get me wrong, I was dyslexic, so it was hard for me to kind of keep up with my peers in education. But also, you know, I was rebelling against the system, because I was the outspoken one. I was the one in the classroom that, okay, 2 + 2 is 4, but why? Like, why is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the reasons to everything? I was always asking why, and I was always getting kicked out of class because they'd say you're disruptive or you're the clown of the class. Okay, fair enough. I got kicked out of school. One of the best things that my mom done for me, she took me out of the UK education system, and I went to the Caribbean, to a small island called Nevis. And over there, that's where I really learned so much. Do you know what I mean? Number one, discipline was a massive thing over there. Do you know what I mean? I got beat a few times with a cane. Do you know what I mean? Just to get in the manners and the discipline the way they were, but also just learning more about culture, learning more about history, and they do a lot more around personal development as well. And that was one thing I think is key as well for young people, is you don't really, the gratitude as well. And that's one thing that I teach in schools, is gratitude. Because you are in an environment where you do have all the resources around you, but sometimes because we're in the environment, we don't appreciate what we have. So sometimes you have to be taken out of that environment and get a whole different perspective. And that was something that my mum done for me as well, which was just amazing. Do you know what I mean? Being able to go back to the Caribbean, to understand my roots, my culture, and understand my history, and learn about, you know, discipline and appreciate things was just amazing. I was seeing kids, you know, taking classes underneath a tree, but they were so happy and so determined to learn as well. So that did take up that as well, had a massive impact on where I am today too.
Yeah, and that's amazing, because I reckon your mom saw the value in that, and obviously saw the value in herself and you, because a lot of parents, a few people at the moment, and unfortunately the parents are so attached to the education system, when their kid gets kicked out, they kind of get kicked out of their mum and dad's parents' heads as well. They don't nurture that. They don't think, well, what, you didn't go into that, get out of the house. What are you doing? You just waste man. You just loser. What, you just a roadman? Roadman's a term nowadays. I don't even know what that means. Roadman. Can't imagine parents saying a roadman to their kid, but they don't back them. So that's cool that your mom saw that your mind was a very creative mind, because what you're doing now, quantum leap. I mean, come on, look at the sort of person you are to want to impact people your own way. This is why I resonate with you so much, because I felt trapped as a teacher, teaching the kids this stuff. I created my own system. I said, look, let's get a refocus unit for kids with social emotional difficulties. And I used to go in, sort them Maslow hierarchy. And some of these kids weren't even getting toast in the morning. They were expected to learn about Pythagoras. It's like, it doesn't make sense. So I just was there nurturing and making sure they were okay. When we see the value in kids, when we see the fact that you can't teach them this way or this way, that way, but you can teach them that way, underneath a palm tree, I mean, that'd be wicked, right? But also give them some tools to cope and create some stuff, and they're away. I'm dyslexic too, dude. So English for me was a mission, absolute mission. I was measuring myself on that. I was measuring my self-worth on the fact that I couldn't do English, and I was just crap at English. And it's not the way.
But that's one thing with the school, the education system, that I find, you know, quite annoying, is that you get put into certain classes and certain levels, like, you know, high, low, middle, whatever it is. And it's like, what is that doing for the kids' belief system? Do you know what I mean? I'm suffering with dyslexic. I'm dyslexic, and I'm in the bottom sets for English. And I know that I'm in the bottom sets. Like, you go into a whole separate class from your friends that may be a bit smart. What is that really doing for our belief system as well? I feel like there's so much things that we can point at the education system. It's an old model, honestly and truly. And it's made for, you know, the workers. It's made for people that are a bit more systemized, which is good. But for the creatives, for the young people that, you know, are learning different ways, it's just not made for those young people to nurture their potential as well. And for instance, you know, I used to get kicked out of class a lot of the time for, you know, voicing my opinion. And don't get me wrong, I probably didn't know how to channel that or do it in the right way back then. But if you see that, instead of kicking me out of the class and calling me a nuisance, why not nurture my leadership skills, nurture my public speaking skills, maybe give me more of a role in the classroom where, you know, okay, Cordell, when I speak about this, do you know what I mean? I want you to take over on this topic and share some facts to the class. That would make me feel a lot better and nurture my skills that way. You have to be smart the way you work with young people. Do you get what I mean? And
Mate,
the teachers don't do that.
but I love it. I used to get told off because I used to send certain kids to the library to research a topic, and him come back and talk to the class about it, because he loved being the centre of attention. So why not grow that? I mean, public speaking is the number one fear, right? And if this kid is not scared to public speak, that is a skill that needs to be harnessed and grown. Go to the library, mate. Go to the library. It's okay. Look, have this pass. Go to the library, learn this, come back to me, and talk about it. Go on.
That's it. Instead of getting a detention for it, right?
Exactly. And they didn't like. They hated it. This is why I just thought, you know what, blow it. I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing my own thing now, because it's not right. It's not fair. But like you say, mate, it is a very dinosaur system.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, dude. For me personally, one of the massive skills, if I had a magic wand, and I could give every kid on the planet two things, it would be confidence and self-belief. I was wondering what would you say? What would you say? I was going to ask you definition of confidence, but that doesn't matter. What would you want to put into a kid's head?
Put into a kid's head. If I had to put one thing into a kid's head, is just Belief.
Yeah.
Honestly, the power of belief is just incredible. It's just kind of understanding that it doesn't matter about you, the environment that you're in. It doesn't matter if you don't see it around you, but you can have whatever you want in your life as long as you have the right belief system, as long as you're working on your belief system on a day-to-day basis. Do you know what I mean? I actually go into schools and I teach a lot about the RAS system, and I break it down into, for kids to understand. For those that don't know, the RAS is the filter between your subconscious and your conscious mind. So, you have your five senses and you're taking millions and millions of bits of data every single day, every single second, shall I say. The brain can only handle so much. So what it does is it filters through information that you see on a day-to-day basis and brings to the forefront of your brain the most important that's to you. So that's why we do our vision boards. That's why we write our goals down. That's why we speak affirmations, because then you're programming the mind to know what's important to you. So you will go out there and see the things that's on your vision board. Do you get what I mean? It's kind of like the RAS works kind of like, have you ever seen a car and an advert and you just fall in love straight away? And if you can love that car, it could be like a yellow Ford Fiesta, let's just say. And if you can't love that, I really want to get that Ford Fiesta, that yellow one. And then as soon as you go outside, you start to see that car everywhere. Listen, that car was there before. It was there every single day you went outside, but it's now your mind is programmed to filter through the environment and bring the most important things to your mind. Do you get what I mean? So the RAS is something that's important, and that helps you raise your belief system. So understanding these things, I think, is important. So yeah, like I said, the most important thing that I would tell a young person is just work on your belief system and have self-belief. And when you have that, nobody's opinions of you, not your teacher, not your parents, your friends, no one's opinions can validate your reality. Let me just say that again, because that one was kind of nice. Nobody's opinions can validate your reality. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's important that we work on these young people and just show them that, with belief, there's endless possibilities in the world.
Dude, if people watching this, can you do me a favor and write that down, please? People's opinions do not validate your reality. That is sick. Someone write that down, please. Mate, so it's the reticulator activating system, right?
Yeah, the RAS, the reticular activating system. You got it.
And mate, you had me in stitches because I ordered a car. It was just like a nice little treat for myself. Just a Series 2 BMW. I just really wanted it. I've never had a brand new car Cordell ever in my entire life, and I've worked hard for this. Yes. And I wanted it to come through like a nice black. Oh, mate, it looks beautiful. Really, really cool. But there's been a bit of a problem with. Thank you, Paddy. Appreciate you. There's a problem with the chip that apparently it can't come through. And and instead of it coming on November, it's going to come on February time. So I've had to use a lot of mental strength to get through this tough moment for me. But mate, as soon as I went outside, guess which car I was seeing?
There it is.
I was like, how's he got one? How's she got one?
And listen,
I know I haven't. What?
And listen, that's how the law of attraction really works. Yeah. Like sometimes, you hear about the law of attraction and vision boarding and goals, and you just think, some people just think, oh, do you know what I mean? Can that really happen? But there's actual neuroscience behind it. Do you get what I mean? And that's why it's important. Every single day, I've got my vision board in front of me right now. I write down my goals 10 times every single morning. And I write things that I'm grateful for, because what I'm doing is I'm programming my mind to think abundantly and attract abundance into my life. Do you know what I mean? So I really believe, and like I said, it's science. This is science. Do you know what I mean? You're creating those neural pathways and you're building them every single day to attract what you want. So definitely the RAS is important. For guys that don't know about it, please do your research. Go onto Google, YouTube, and just understand how it works, because you can really use it to manifest your soul desires, honestly.
Yeah. There's two things, dude. The first thing is, I went on a TV game show. I don't know if you knew this, called Cannonball. And it was sick. It was hosted by Freddie Flintoff. Maya Jama was on there as one of the hosts. She was supporting me, which I loved. I love Maya Jama. She was supporting me. I think she got made to. I went, and as soon as, this is so strange, but as soon as I got onto the set, I can't explain this, Cordell, at all, mate. As soon as I got onto the set, I knew I was going to win. I just knew it. And the producers asked me, videoed me, say, "You're going to win." I said, "Yeah, I'm going to win." So it's a bit arrogant. It's not, because I'm not putting anyone else down. I'm not saying I'm better than them. I just know that I'm going to win this show, and I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to get on there. And spoiler alert, I won the whole TV show, and it was just absolutely amazing. I got to the final. It was hosted in Malta. It was just something that I needed, because I went through a bit of a breakdown before that, like a serious mental breakdown, and I needed that. And I've had a lot of work with the coach. So obviously, those of the people that are watching this or listening to this, I don't know if you do any coaching, Cordell, but I would strongly recommend people that aren't following Cordell, definitely give him a follow right now if you're not doing so already. I'm not begging it. I'm just saying, if you want some inspiration and you want help, follow this guy, because I owe you a thank you, Cordell, because what I've done is today, I heard what you're saying about a vision board and TEDx. I read that post that you wrote, and I've done my first ever vision board, and I've got the pictures down, and I did it, put it on there, and on the top left corner, I have to send you a picture, is a TEDx talk. I really want to do a TEDx talk about confidence with kids. Don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know for the steps you told me: A, get a vision board; B, write down your 10 of them every single morning; C, visualize it. And D, pray.
That's it. And just to give a bit more context on it as well, with vision boarding and visualization, the best times to visualize for me, and scientifically proven, is first thing in the morning or before you go to sleep. And the reason is because your brain goes through different state waves. And you know, before you go to sleep, you kind of go into a hypnotic state called theta. And that, you know, when you're tired, but you're not fully asleep, but you're really tired, you're kind of just drowsing off, right? When you're in that state, your subconscious is kind of like wide open. So your conscious mind shuts off. You know, the conscious mind that has all the information and the knowledge, that shuts off, and your subconscious mind just opens, and it kind of just takes everything into your brain. So it's important to do it before you go to sleep, honestly. And the reason why that's important is because they say kids between 0 and 7 are in that same hypnotic state, which is theta. And that state is where why do you think kids can learn a language so quick? Some kids, by the time they're 7, know 3-4 languages. Also, you know, they learn family values, and they can be part of a system. Kids learn so much in their young ages between 0 and 7, and that's because they're in theta. The only time we get back into theta as an adult is just before we go to sleep and just as we wake up in the morning. So use that time, that window of time, to really start visualizing and manifesting.
Dude, have you heard of Dr. Bruce Lipton then?
Dr. Bruce Lipton, I love him. Epigenetics, I love the whole epigenetics model.
Because that's what he says, isn't it? It's called the imprint phase from 0 to 7. The brain's going through, what is it, theta brainwaves?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and they absorb. You just like bang, absorbing information so quickly, and that's like the crucial part of a child's development.
100%, and we go back into it as we go to sleep and as we rise in the morning. Like, we need to understand, between our ears, we have the most complex, super computer hardware, whatever you want to call it, in the world. Do you understand? The brain is the most powerful thing ever. You get me? Scientists have not fully understood the capabilities of the human mind. Do you know what I mean? And a duck would always quack in the pond, right? A dog will always bark and be a dog. You know what I mean? A bird will always fly in the sky. They have systems, but the human mind is capable to achieve whatever it wants. Do you know what I mean? So we have to learn about it, we have to understand it, and we have to utilize it to our advantage.
Man, that's perfectly put. For every single grain of sand on this planet, a million stars to it out in space. Just think how vast that is. But in, like you just said, the human brain, there are more neural connections in the brain than there are stars in space. That's how, mate.
That's mind blowing. That is actually mind blowing.
Kills me, gets me every single time. Listen, dude, I want to be respectful of your time, but I know that you've got a project called Quantum Leap. Do you want to share a little bit about that, mate?
Yeah, definitely. So, for those that are in 2022 that are looking to make massive breakthroughs in their life, ideally finding your purpose, finding, you know, clarity on your vision, and then actually finding ways to monetize your purpose in 2022, then I have a challenge which is called the Quantum Leap Challenge. It's a 5-day online free challenge. Day one, and like I said, we're going to talk about how to rewire the brain. I think someone called Michelle actually said we can rewire our brain. So we're going to learn how to do that on day one. Day two, we're going to dive into what your purpose is. Now, people think that purpose is something that's far away, like, but you know, they might say, oh yeah, one day I want to be, that's my purpose. That's a vision. Purpose is what you currently do and the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So we ask you the questions for you to kind of qualify what your purpose actually is. Once we identify your purpose, day three, we're going to find ways to monetize it so you can make money, and by using your service, you adding value into people's lives, whether that's a product or a service or something online. We're going to find ways to monetize that purpose, find a way to monetize what you love doing. What is better than living in your passion and making money from it? There's nothing better. That is what you call the true art of fulfillment. So that's what we're going to do on day three. Day four, we're going to set goals. We're going to teach goal setting and visualization for 2022. And day five, we've got a special guest, which I cannot say yet.
Oh,
but what an amazing now. Can't say it yet, but you know what my black book's saying already, right? So we've got a special guest on day five. So do jump on. It's on the 24th of January. So it's not right now, but I'm just promoting now just because, you know, I think it's going to be incredible, and we only got limited spaces as well. So do jump on, go follow me, click the link in my bio and register ASAP. It's going to be amazing. And for me, it's just something that I want to give back to my community, to my followers, to the people that have been supporting me, because I think it's important. 2022, it's about making quantum leaps. We don't always have to do things in small incremental steps. Do you know what I mean? We can make quantum leaps, and the way we do that is first by changing our mind, discovering our purpose, and then having the right strategies. All right, and yeah, let's do it together. Let's make quantum leaps together, because I'm ready, and I hope you guys are too.
Cool. So for the Quantum Leap Challenge, which is to help people live their purpose, acquire their purpose first of all, live it, monetize it, which is a big deal. Like if you don't work, if you don't, you know, you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. That's essentially what you're helping people get to. Maybe even create a positive money mindset as well, rewiring the brain. You've got a special guest on day five, which sounds insane. What people have to do is click onto your Instagram, which is Cordell_Jeffers. Everybody listen to this and click on the link, and that's it. That's what they've got to do, right?
That's it. Click on the link, have a read about the challenge in more detail, what we're going to be going through on each day, and then register to the event, and then you will get a series of emails. And just be ready. Just add it to your calendar. The 24th of January to the 28th. It's going to be starting 6 p.m. every evening, because I understand people have work. So we want to maximize. And listen, we're going to have resources and tools, information that is truly going to change your life. And I can say that because I've been able to make quantum leaps. You know, like I said, being on major platforms, you know, sharing my story, being, you know, rubbing shoulders with people like Branson, Idris Elba, Lionel Richie, you know, working with and training some of the top organizations around the UK. That's me being kicked out of school, from being kicked out of school. So you could understand the quantum leaps I've been able to make. Now I understand the system and I've been able to package it. I can now share that with other people, and I'm going to help other people make those breakthroughs as well. So do get involved. It's going to be amazing. And Dale, I hope to see you there.
Mate, I'm there. I'm already there, mate. I'm going to sign up. That sounds insane. Dude, one day in the future, I'm definitely going to meet up and hang out with you. Maybe it's an event, who knows? But one day it's going to happen. I respect your time, buddy. I respect you as a person. I could talk to you for hours and hours and hours.
I know, honestly, I could talk to you, man. You're really good at what you're doing. What I love about you, Dale, is you're just so like authentic, and that's what draws me to you the most. You're authentic, and you really do have a deep passion for helping others. And you know, I want to take my hats off to you. I'm not going to take my hat off right now because I haven't got a trim, but literally, I take my hat off to you because you are doing so much, and you know, the world is going to know your name, and you're going to set this world on fire. So let's do it, man. Let's do it, man.
Bro, mate, that means the world to me. I'm receiving that compliment and just taking it into my heart, man. I really appreciate that so much. Bro, so how can people find you? Just literally go onto your name on Instagram. Is there any more places that people can find you at all? Or are you happy on it?
So Instagram is my main platform, so you're on it now, so you might as well all just click on my, profile. Nice little chocolate man up, yeah. So jump onto that, give me a follow. LinkedIn, Cordell Jeffers, and that's about it really. I'd say I'm going to be jumping on Clubhouse a lot more. True has ignited that fire back into me. So I'm going to be doing a lot more on Clubhouse. I see you're still floating on Clubhouse, which is pretty cool. Consistency, I love that.
Dude, honestly, I've got a fair few on there. So if you need help with that,
definitely.
So I've got two more questions. The first one is, how can I help you get to where you want to go? And the second one is, what one sentence would you want to install in every single human being's whole planet? So the first one, how can I help you? Clubhouse, that sound
wicked, amazing, yeah, wicked. I love that. So we'll catch up and do more on Clubhouse, some more collaboration. I think it was it yesterday? I heard on Clubhouse actually, which I think is important to everybody in this call, which is collaboration is the new domination. Do you know what I mean? Collaboration is the new domination. So surround yourself with people that are doing what you're doing. Surround yourself with people that are on a bigger level than what you are, and add value to them and collaborate, because collaboration is what we need for 2022 and beyond.
Sick. And what's the one sentence you would install in every single human being's head? I didn't prep you for this. I did it on purpose.
What one sentence? You've got me there. Okay, one sentence that I'm going to say is, every single devastation that you go through. So devastation is an opportunity for transformation. And the reason why I say that now, that maybe not have been something I would have said before, but because of what I'm currently going through, the losses that I've had, and everything else this year, like I said, it's been devastating, but I'm also using it as a tool to transform. So devastation is your best opportunity for transformation. So no matter what you're going through, it may seem hard now, you may not see the light at the end of the tunnel, but later on, you will look back at this time and understand that you are stronger because of it. So just keep going, keep pushing, and understand that there's two sides of every coin. Understand polarity. There is no loss without gain. There is no failure without its successes. So just keep going, guys.
Man, I love that so much. And I've just thought of one off the top of my head just now. Just came to me. People's opinion of you isn't your reality. That just came to me, mate.
Right, listen, we should collab on a book of quotes. I think,
mate,
let's collab on a book of quotes, man. Why not? Let's get the Alloway twins in there. Do you know what I mean? Let's get everybody collabed in. Book of quotes.
Mate, I'm well up for that. That sounds cool. Well, listen, you're so busy. People that just missed this Quantum Leap, click onto Cordell's face right now. Click onto his bio. Have a look at the link in there. Sign up for his 5-day challenge. It sounds insane. I'm going to do that straight after this call. And it's been an absolute pleasure and privilege, mate. At last, it was worth the wait. I got to speak to you. I'm definitely going to see you in person in the future. You're a legend. Thank you for inspiring many people, so many people. Me, I've got my vision board on the scene. Legend. Cheers,
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Guys, take care, and a prosperous new year to you all.
Sweet.
Yeah? Take care.
Take care, bro.
Wait. I just got to pick up a few people in this live, actually. Shout out my family, Virgo_baby. She's one of my cousins, who's amazing. Khadija, massive shout out to you as well. Everyone, if you follow Khadija, she is on fire. I met her through the Les Brown Power Voice group. She is incredible. And Alloway twins, Mo, Nikilia, and there's some others I can't swipe up on. To be honest with you, I don't know why it's not letting me swipe up. But yeah, guys, thank you for supporting this live. Take care.
She's a legend. Cool. Cheers, team. Thank you so much, bro. You're a hero. Impact inspired others. I love it so much, my man. Appreciate you, brother.
Take care, my guy. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later, team.